Script, study of the past. Shovel, build defenses for your military camp, or your community, or your city. Shield, personal protection. Be aware of your surroundings. Get to know your traveling companions. Then the sword. The sword is last. That means everything else has failed. You haven't studied the past. You haven't defended your city, your military camp. You didn't take steps to get to know your neighbors. News of the day. Do you have any idea how hard it is to be homeless? So cold, it's stiff, and you just want to get up and have a can of soup or anything to start your day. How hard. How do you end homelessness? End the tax on homes. What? Oh, then there'd be less money to run the city. End the tax on homes only, not the tax on land values, the property tax on the unearned increment of land values. The local property tax is land and buildings. Just remove the building tax, even gradually, and adjust it on the land portion. But if you raise the tax on land, landlords will just pass it on. No, land is a limited. It's the resource. It's the source. Don't you get it? We have millions of empty houses in America. Millions of empty stores in America. Millions of vacant lots within a city with the services. We have campers and trailers, and we have people with the ability to build a small housing unit for somebody who's suffering. Do you have any idea how hard it is to be homeless? Cold, hungry, but more than that, you're not a person. People look down on you. Oh, he must have a drug problem. Oh, he must be a drinker. He must have mental illness. What would you do if you had your stuff stolen and you're cold and you just need a rest? Day after day? No hope for a better future? So we can build tiny homes as a start to help the people that are homeless. That's my grandpa's train whistle. Tiny homes. You don't give anything to anybody. Just like a bank doesn't just give a mortgage to somebody to build a home or to buy a home. You earn it. Many tiny home villages will have an hour a day that the person has to do to stay there. so he can contribute, feel like he's part of the community, feel like he's pulling together with the others in his community to work together to have a better life. Cities that have had successful tiny home villages have a secure area, maybe a fenced-in yard, a community building, a manager who is in charge, like a mayor, somebody who oversees, make sure everybody's helping out, not hurting, not just existing, working for a better future. Community garden, growing food, critical, and even more so in the future, to work together to grow food. A homeless person isn't like a traveling group of migrants coming across the Asian steppe with a traveling community with them, some hunters, some builders, some husband, so that they can all contribute together and feel like they're part of something. And even if they're in tough conditions, it's a community where they're working for a better future for themselves. It's not like a homeless person who has had specific skills in the past, but now is cast adrift and doesn't know how to start. Can you imagine how hard it is to be homeless, cold and hungry, looked down upon? You can't even gather up a couple chunks of cardboard or plywood and set up a temporary shelter. They'll come and take it away from you. We have to address the homeless problem by getting rid of the homeless, by tearing down their meager structures. As whole businesses and shops and warehouses are sitting empty, they could be used as temporary shelter. But that's not the answer. There's a temporary solution. The real answer is to remove all taxes off of honest labor and fully cost the valuable landed resources. No tax on building means people can build. Fully costing land values means land becomes available for new families and new businesses to get a start, where everybody can have hope that they're going to have a better and better future. A key component of the American dream, which wasn't material possessions, it was an improving life for themselves and their children. Now we have banks and financial whoop-de-doo buying up all homes and then jacking up the rent and renting to anybody, even problems or not. It's an emergency. Nobody seems to know what to do. Take taxes off of labor. No tax on the building. All taxes off of honest labor. No building tax, no income tax, quote, no sales tax, no tax on tools. Now, if your income is from land, from a license, from a monopoly privilege granted by some governmental entity, that is not honest labor. Paying bribes to get special privilege, getting inside information to do stock trades because you're a senator, that's not labor. That is land. You're trying to monopolize the resource, the license, the right to pollute. The solution for all the problems is the one solution. The leftover gleanings of your fields and vineyards are for the poor and the traveler. and even the corners of your fields, depending upon the need that year. But don't fill your pockets. Don't fill your pockets. Hey, Senator Menendez, when you were filling your pockets with $500,000 worth of cash in your home, instead of an offshore account in the Cayman Islands, and taking 4 bars of gold that had been used in a previous crime, and the serial numbers were registered with the police. And then you look up on Google how much those gold bars are worth. That is filling your pockets. That is taking more than you are entitled to. And as you were looking up the value of those gold bars on Google, you know what the value is? You know what it is worth? Senator Menendez? Oh, they're just picking on me because I'm a minority. Senator Menendez, one of various corrupt, so he can do arms deals with Egypt and stuff. The value of those gold bars is your country. You have betrayed your country. You have betrayed your oath of office. Shame on you. The solution? Don't privatize the shit out of this world. The resources belong to the people, like land grant school funding, revenue from the minerals, timber, and fisheries, funding the schools forever, instead of shifting it onto homeowners, where richer districts will have better schools and poorer districts, and locking in existing inequities. Yeah, you can end homelessness politically, economically, and take some short-term steps to help them. So in all your business dealings, be open and honest, but never show your wealth or your weapons. News of the day.